Kick-ass facts. Yesterday I told you our episode on hoaxes was the last episode. Well, guess what? That was a hoax! Pew, 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 pew! In 1954, Cedric Allingham wrote the book Flying Saucer from Mars. In the book, he recounted that on February 18, 1954, while on holiday, he encountered a flying saucer and communicated with its pilot using hand gestures and telepathy. The spaceman said he came from Mars and that he had also visited Venus and the Moon. Allingham took several blurry photographs of the saucer and one of its occupants. He also claimed that a fisherman named James Duncan had witnessed the event from a nearby hill, providing a signed statement that was reproduced in the book. 3 decades later, the hoax was revealed to have been perpetrated by a British astronomer, Patrick Moore, and his friend Peter Davies. If you are of a certain age, you probably remember this next one and the uproar it caused. The Alien Autopsy. It's a 17-minute black and white film supposedly depicting the autopsy of an alien by the United States military. It was released in 1995 by London-based entrepreneur Ray Santilli. He presented it as an authentic autopsy on the body of an alien recovered from the 1947 crash of a flying disc near Roswell, New Mexico. The footage was allegedly supplied to him by a retired military cameraman who wished to remain anonymous. How convenient. Fox Television broadcast the footage hosted by Jonathan Frakes, #1, on August 28, 1995, under the title Alien Autopsy, Fact or Fiction? Fiction. In 2006, Santilli admitted the film was not authentic, but rather a staged reconstruction of footage he claimed to have viewed in 1992, which had deteriorated and become unusable by the time his film was made. Behringer's lying stones are pieces of limestone which were carved into the shapes of various fictitious animals and discovered in 1725 by Professor Johann Bartholomeus Adam Behringer. That's a mouthful. He believed them to be fossils, and because some of them displayed the name of God in Hebrew, suggested they may have had divine origin. The scientific community at the time was perplexed. One theory said they were the petrified remains of once living organisms. Behringer published a book on his findings, but shortly after discovered he had been the victim of a hoax. A professor of geography and the librarian at the university where Behringer worked decided to prank him because they thought he was arrogant. That's what you get. He took the hoaxers to court and won the case, but his reputation was forever besmirched. We don't use the word besmirch often enough. In May 2001, Dan Baca, a 29-year-old computer network engineer, noticed that people were staring at him as he waited for the bus. Some people would start conversations with him, and then some started taking photos of him. They appeared to be familiar with his routine, the clothes he wore, the color of his bag. He was eventually told that his photo had been posted on Craigslist on May 11th, and there were a ton of missed connection comments written about him. People wanted to know who he was and if they could meet up with him. They were under the gorgeous guy posts. They were posts about his personal life, facial features, marital status, and sexuality. They also discussed his schedule and who was going to date him. Baca eventually posted a message asking people to stop talking to him and about him, but doing so caused more problems, and Baca had to resort to other forms of transportation to get to work. On July 11, 2001, he revealed the entire thing was a hoax. He made over 50 posts using various email addresses on Craigslist, pretending to be other people. He made up most of the stories about recognizing him in the street. He apparently had no motive. He was just playing around.